Welcome back. All right, let's get this thing going. We're going to wrap up hour one here. I'm going to wrap it up strong. I've been talking about stocks. I've been talking about markets. I've been talking about short selling, all that other stuff. But everyone in this country, everyone watching, listening, everywhere in the world needs to know this. And I'm sorry. I'm overweight. Okay? My friend Sue Golden was here the other night. She was like, I'm the only person whose cholesterol score and credit score are the same. And I'm in that same boat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not making fun of large people, but I am saying this mean. Chris Christie is a fat, sniveling slob. Okay? That's what he is. He's a sniveling, backstabbing, turncoat rhino, which he's always been for his entire life. And you want to know something? I'm friends with his brother. That he's a great guy. I don't know Chris Christie from a hole in the wall. I know when Patrick Byrne, my friend, the CEO of Overstock.com, was an undercover spy, and he was palling around with Maria Butina, who was apparently a Russian spy, and she was jailed in the Russia collusion. Chris Christie was looking for donations, begging everybody, and Patrick made a nice donation, and him and the spy who loved him wanted to meet Chris Christie. I went with him. I met him. I brought him a huge donor. Okay? So I've been a fan. Even though I don't agree with, many people I know who worked around him, don't think he was the greatest guy to work for, but he was a great prosecutor and stuff. But here's what happened, okay? Anytime he can get his nose up Donald Trump's butt, he was around, okay? And if you remember, he was helping with the collusion probe. Behind the scenes, and then most recently, him and Rudy Giuliani were prepping Trump for the first debate. All right, and technically, many people said Trump that was his worst debate, the first one. But and then right after prepping him for the debate, and by the way, I'm sure he got plenty of dough from the president for his valuable time to go down there, so he had no problem whatsoever cashing that check, and. After that, he got COVID, and then blamed the president and said that none of the training sessions, none of the prep sessions, no one was wearing masks, and the irresponsibility in the White House gave me COVID, okay? What he doesn't mention is, hey, Mr. President, sure, I can help. Can I get one of those nice big suites down there at the Trump National in D.C.? Can I get one of those suites? Yes, sure, Chris, you can get one. And unlimited wings for you and the whole family. You got to get down there. It's going to be huge. There's going to be a pile of wings so huge for you when you get down there, fried, any way you want them. Old Spice, Old Bay, Buffalo, hot, medium. You just eat wings until we need you. And he sat there, I'm sure, and sucked down all the liquor he could in Trump, D.C., and whipped down all the wings and mozzarella sticks and whatever else he eats. Only guy I've ever seen that got stomach surgery and then immediately returned to the original size. It's like he's like a human chia pet. And now, after all this, he was asked, 2 days ago, he was on with George Stephanopoulos. And George Stephanopoulos asked Chris Christie, hey, Chris, do you think Trump's words were an impeachable offense? He said, of course they were, absolutely. So talk about et tu brute, okay? Here's a guy who's done nothing, been nibble on the teat of the presidency for all he could suck out of it, okay? And then he gets COVID, he blames the president, number one, bad. And then all of a sudden, the president, by the way, I wrote it down, he said, I ask us all now to march to the Capitol and peacefully and patriotically protest. That's what the president's words were verbatim. That was his call to arms. March down there and peacefully and patriotically protest. That's what the president asked for, okay? Somehow or another, everyone's manipulated his words to say, go down there and break into the Capitol. And I'm doing a little investigation right now, but there's more than mounting evidence out there that you won't hear anywhere on the mainstream media that, lo and behold, the breach of the Capitol was actually when Trump wasn't even talking yet. The first breach of the Capitol started before Trump even started talking. So I want to get proof of that, so I don't get knocked off of Facebook and, all my friends out there on Biz and Biz Talk Radio and on the Money Station in Oregon. Thanks for sticking with us through this hour. I really appreciate it. I want to wrap up the hour with a couple of good notes just to bring you up to speed. And our audience out there on the radio is going to leave us after this, and then it's really going to be intimate because it'll just be Biz TV and Facebook. But we love you, and we look forward to talking to you again tomorrow. But just 3 minutes till the top of the hour. Bitcoin still hanging tough at 35,000. Dow Jones holding that 31,000 number, so that's a good sign. And Overstock.com still raging today for some reason. I think there was some lawsuit that was out there against them, and they might have made a recovery from it, or a judge might have dismissed it, or something like that, or maybe they got a favorable ruling. But I think their marketing is what's really about right now. Stock up $8 now at just about $60. So, told you today about Signal Advance. The stock is $16. It should be $1. So there's some downside opportunity there. If you know how to short sell, I would say you take a look at it, make your own decision if it's suitable for you. Overstock, I told you about it yesterday at $51. Today it's $60. So let's keep our eye on that there. As you know, I am a advisor and chief digital officer for InvestView, and InvestView still hanging tough at 19 cents. So some of the stocks we're keeping a close eye on. I'm going to start, I think, tomorrow, giving some other midday shorts. And maybe people want to start learning about it. I can point you in the direction of some places where you can do this real easy. And there's a couple of places out there that I'm working with right now to put, our acts together. And you actually may be able to trade and get paid to trade. Where you used to pay commissions. Some of these companies out there want your business so bad because they want volume that they actually pay you a couple of shekels every time you trade. So I'll tell you a little more about that as the week goes on. But you may want to look at this company called Open Hand, which is in soft launch. All right, we'll wrap up hour one. Farewell to all my radio friends and everybody out there on Biz TV and Facebook. You stick around. We got a lot more to talk about. Bill Pepitone's going to be here. We also have Terry Jeffrey and Jonathan Adler, constitutional professor of law, right after this in hour